In the United States, most parents are happy with their child's school, but most of the public is not. Today, you'll improve your English by discovering why this strange disagreement exists. Hello and welcome to English Story for Intermediate Learners. We will use slow and clear English to explore today's topic, the surprising gap between how parents and the public view education. In this video, you will learn important vocabulary and phrases to discuss complex social issues. Here is how our lesson will work. First, you will hear the full story in English. Then, we will review the story together with both English and Spanish text on the screen. After that, we will learn some key vocabulary and a useful expression. Finally, I will ask you some questions to check your understanding, with a pause for you to think of the answer. Let's begin. My name is Sarah, and as a journalist, I look at data. Recently, I found a statistic that was truly confusing. A Gallup poll showed that 76% of parents in the U.S. are satisfied with their child's education. That's a high number. But another poll from Pew Research showed that only 36% of the general public is satisfied with the K-12 education system. This huge difference is what we call a perception gap. I decided to investigate why these two groups see the same system so differently. First, I went to a local elementary school to understand the parents' perspective. I met a father named Mark. He has a 9-year-old daughter named Emily. Mark was very positive, very optimistic. He told me, Emily's teacher, Mrs. Davis, is fantastic. She makes learning fun. The school has a new science lab, and there's a strong sense of community here. We have picnics and events. When I look at this school, I see a great place for my daughter to grow. Mark's view was based on his direct, personal experience. His satisfaction made sense. Parents see the daily reality of one school. They know the teachers, they see their children's homework, and they participate in school events. For them, education is a local and personal thing. If their child is happy and learning, they believe the system is working well. This creates a bubble of positive perception based on what they can see and touch. Next, I try to understand the public's pessimism. The public doesn't see the specific details of one school. Instead, they get their information from the news and national reports. And this information is often negative. I watched news reports about falling national test scores, debates over the curriculum, teacher shortages, and problems with school funding. The media focuses on systemic problems, not individual successes. So, the public forms a more critical and concerned opinion. To get an expert's view, I interviewed Dr. Evans, an education sociologist. She explained, this is a classic case of microreality versus macroreality. Parents live in the microreality of their child's school. The public responds to the macroreality of the national system. Furthermore, she added, there's a cognitive bias at play called optimism bias. Most people tend to believe that their own situation is better than the national average. They think, problems exist, but not in my child's school. Both views are true in their own way, but they are incomplete. I left my investigation with a new understanding. The discrepancy isn't about one group being right and the other being wrong. It's about different perspectives. Parents see the tree, and the public sees the forest. Mark's optimism is valid for his daughter's school, but the public's concern about the entire system is also valid. The real challenge is bridging this gap. We need parents to look beyond their local school, and the public to remember the thousands of dedicated teachers like Mrs. Davis who are doing great work every single day. Now, let's review the story. I will say the sentence in English, and then you will hear the Spanish translation. A Gallup poll showed that 76% of parents in the U.S. are satisfied with their child's education. Una encuesta de Gallup mostró que el 76% de los padres en Estados Unidos están satisfechos con la educación de sus hijos. Mark's view was based on his direct, personal experience. La opinión de Mark se basaba en su experiencia directa y personal. The public gets their information from the news, and this information is often negative. El público obtiene su información de las noticias, y esta información es a menudo negativa. There's a cognitive bias at play called optimism bias. Hay un sesgo cognitivo en juego llamado sesgo de optimismo. The discrepancy isn't about one group being right and the other being wrong. La discrepancia no se trata de que un grupo tenga razón y el otro esté equivocado. Great. Now let's learn some key vocabulary from the story. Perception. This is a noun. It means the way you think about or understand something. For example, parents and the public have a different perception of the school system. Discrepancy. This is a noun. It means a difference between two things that should be the same. For example, the journalist investigated the discrepancy in the poll results. Optimistic. This is an adjective. It means expecting good things to happen. For example, Mark was optimistic about his daughter's future. Concerned. This is an adjective. It means worried about something. For example, the public is concerned about teacher shortages. Now for our useful expression of the day. The expression is, at play. It means that something is having an effect or is a factor in a situation. In the story, Dr. Evans said, there's a cognitive bias at play. This means the cognitive bias is an active factor influencing the situation. Here is another example. In the company's failure, several factors were at play, including poor marketing and a weak economy. Try to use this expression this week. Okay, are you ready? Let's check your understanding. I will ask a question, pause for a few seconds, and then give the answer. Question 1. What is the main discrepancy, or difference, discussed in the story? The discrepancy is between parents' high satisfaction with their own child's education and the general public's low satisfaction with the country's education system. Question 2. Why is the parent, Mark, so optimistic about his daughter's school? He is optimistic because his view is based on his positive, direct experiences, like his daughter's great teacher and the good school community. Question 3. According to the expert, Dr. Evans, what is one reason for this perception gap? One reason is a cognitive bias called optimism bias, where people tend to believe their own situation is better than the average. What is the main discrepancy discussed in the story?
¿Cuál es la principal discrepancia discutida en la historia?
The gap between parents' positive view and the public's negative view.
La brecha entre la visión positiva de los padres y la visión negativa del público.
Excellent work today. This perception gap is a real issue that affects how communities support their schools. What do you think? Is this gap a problem in your country too? Let me know in the comments below. If you found this lesson helpful and want to keep improving your English with interesting stories, please subscribe to the channel and click the notification bell so you don't miss our next video. Thank you for learning with us.